by H Rider Haggard. This book was incredible. I'm a huge fan of H Rider Haggard, and every time I read a new book by his, I just like him more and more and more. He was a Victorian writer from the late 19th century. He was most famous for writing this book and King Solomon's Mines, and inventing the character Alan Quatermain. She features well, it doesn't feature Alan Quatermain, although he did go on to combine the two in a novel called She and Alan, where the character She from this book and Alan meet. But getting back to this, so good. Just one of those books. It's a bit like Treasure Island. It's just the perfect thriller. It's got a fantastic beginning, great middle, and an excellent end. That's all you need, really. You know, it might not be Jane Eyre or Wuthering Heights, but I don't personally care. It's fantastically well written, and it's thrilling. Those are the two most important things for me in a book. The story is about this old professor and this young student of his, and they're told about this mystery which relates to the young student's family heritage. And there's a mystery involving something to do with lost civilization in Africa. So they decide to sort of take a chance and go on this journey and try and discover this lost civilization, or at least see what they can find and have an adventure. So they travel into the African interior and they discover this civilization. The civilization are enthralled to a female queen who they believe has magical powers. She. And the two characters are obviously pretty skeptical about this, but she actually does have magical powers. She is immortal, and she has some kind of, she can like kill people remotely. She has like a weird mirror thing where she can see anywhere that she's been at any point in time, and it works for other people as well. But it's not so. I mean, there's the mystery of the character, which is really interesting. But there's also the mystery of the place. She lives, and her civilization is inside a dormant volcano, inside the cone of the volcano, and there's all these tunnels and caves that are built into the walls. And even though she's over 2,000 years old, she's new to the civilization that built the caves. So there's this whole mystery that you discover whilst you're reading the book about who the civilization was that lived in the caves. And they also have this ancient city in the middle of the cone, which is now ruined, and it was ruined at the time that she came to live there. And there's also the story about why she's immortal, and that's part of the mystery which brings these two characters into her whole world. One of the best things, and one of the reasons why I really love this kind of H. Rider Haggard's fiction, is, like I was saying, it's a perfect thriller. That it opens with the two guys in Oxford or Cambridge, and one of them has come across this ancient, they call it a sherd, but we got colour pictures of it. It's this ancient kind of clay pot which has this myth written on the side which tells of this lost civilization. And the fact that you get this picture, it's like in my copy of King Solomon's Mines, you get a full colour fold out map in the beginning. I mean, that's enough for me. That's just so exciting to get that kind of little element sold, basically. So you get this mystery, you get this little bit of evidence, and then off you go on the mystery to try and find out what's going on. This copy is also illustrated, and the illustrations are unbelievable. They're so incredibly detailed and beautiful, and they really help you picture what's going on with the story. I think the other thing that I really like to say about it is the character of She, or Asher, which is her real name. Everything she says is like some crazy biblical sort of quote. It's the most beautiful, incredible writing. Literally everything she says is this sort of grand, epic kind of speech. Everything is quotable, and it's not just filler. Like, they really are important philosophical opinions that she puts forth to the characters, and it really is a feat of incredible writing by H. Rider Haggard. And I can't believe, when I looked this up, that at the time he was critically attacked for his writing. I just don't understand it. Personally, I think if I could write like H Rider Haggard, I would be sorted for life. That would make me happy. So she is something that I definitely recommend. Please go and read it straight away.